Hi friends, I've been here in Dublin, Ireland, and I came here for my son's graduation, and I've been living at various places, visiting various places, and finally I'm here at my son's friend's residence. I got to spend a couple of days here, in which time I got to use his washing machine. It's a BEKO washing machine, and I'm going to ask him a few questions and I want to show the washing machine and explain the features of the same. So this is the Beko washing machine. This is WDR 7543121W. This is a model. So this is actually a washer and dryer machine. There is a dryer combined with the washing machine. There is no separate dryer required in this. So it is compact, and you can see that it is installed in the kitchen below the countertop. So how often do you use this washing machine?
So I use it like once a week, usually on the weekends. And I usually use the daily quick functionality out here. And then you can use it, combine it with drying, but sometimes I just use spin and drain. If the weather is good, you just spin and drain
Yeah, I
and
think
use air dryer.
because of Ireland's condition, like climatic condition, dryer is a must here.
Yeah.
So I think this kind of machine is very suitable for wash here. Wash and dry both happen. So do you use a separate dry option? Because I see that there are 5 dry programs in this. You've
Yeah.
got separate wash programs, and I see that there are 5 dry programs as well. So what do you use? You said something like daily quick you're
Yeah, I
using.
think daily quick, so you can turn it on, and then
Okay.
if you go to say daily quick out here, you can actually set it up, and then
So that is a very fast
this is
program
a
that is just for 28 minutes.
28 minutes. It has 1400 spin and 30 degrees temperature, and
Okay.
explicitly you can set drying depending on your need. I usually have it at around 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
And then you can have it.
So it washes as well as dries
Yeah,
in that.
and this is the washing program, this is the drying
But
program, and you can explicitly set it
you
over
think 30 degrees is enough? Okay,
Um,
because it's already your temperature is low, so you prefer 30.
Yeah, I mean, those are like regular clothes.
Daily
It's
wear
not,
clothes. That's what you're using, and you're happy with the
yeah, the
wash
performance
results.
is quite good.
Performance is good.
Yeah.
So, and it is dry. It's dry enough that you can keep it in the cupboard, or you have to still dry it, air dry it, or
I usually don't use the cupboard dry setting, but we have like a cloth airer. So I just
Okay.
put those clothes for like a day or two, and then it works quite well as well.
And what do you use in summer months? This is about, I think you're telling about winter. Like in summer months, what's the temperature like here?
So the
Because in this month, when I've stayed here this month, the whole of almost 3 weeks in December, I've spent in Dublin. I got to see from I think the day we landed, it was 1-2 degrees, and now it is 9-8-9 degrees. So in this temperature, when I washed clothes, I had to use dryer because it was not drying with whatever options I chose. Even with 800 or 1000 spin, I think it was not drying. I had to use a dryer. So what do you do? That is for winter months. What do you do in summer months? Like you use the same options, or you can do without dryer?
I do use the dryer sometimes, or I mean, but basic drying like 30 minutes should be good enough.
Before I go to explain about the various programs and features, I would like to ask you one more question. Like, what is the detergent you use? Because you said you're using the daily wear.
So
Program.
basically, I just use this one, which is a basic one here out
Okay.
here. And I also sometimes
So
use
both are
this.
detergents.
No, this is the detergent powder, and this is like a fabric softener. And this is good if you want to.
Okay, that's a softener.
Use like duvet covers and
So,
everything.
okay, so how much like you use
Yeah,
one?
one spoon should
of
be
this.
enough for the full load.
And yeah, I
And
think
it's since the clothes don't get really sweaty kind of thing.
yeah, because
in this weather. So
unlike in India, here you don't sweat and your weather is very suitable for. I mean, your weather, you don't. Your clothes don't get dirty
Yeah.
easily. You can even wear it multiple times and yet it is clean.
yeah, it's pretty.
So for that, any basic powder will be good. Detergent will be
But
good
you
enough.
do have nice options out here if you want to.
But you find you get good
Yeah,
wash results in this
exactly.
itself.
Wash
Yeah.
results are good.
That's nice. That's good then. So, and that is the reason I think you must not be experimenting with other programs as well. You are happy with this
Yeah.
program, daily wear program. Okay, then I'll just quickly explain the options. I'm sure people who are watching, people who have this washing machine will find it beneficial. So let me start explaining. So as you can see here, you've got various programs. So I think these are the programs here. So this is rinse, and as I've always explained in my various washing machine videos, so the moment you select an option and you see this on the panel, these are the default settings which can be altered, of course. So when you choose rinse, it is cold and 1400 spin. Next is the shirts option, that is for just for washing shirts. The default setting is 60 degrees and 800 spin. You can increase or decrease the, sorry, you can increase or decrease the, you can't increase the temperature, but the decrease the temperature and decrease the spin here. Next is the hand wash. So these are only wash options. There is no drying here. If you have to do drying, I think you have to select the dry option separately. This is the default. Woolens. Time also keeps changing accordingly. Delicate default for that, and you can decrease is the maximum, and the time also accordingly varies. Next is the synthetics. So 2 hours 15 minutes. This is a default setting, and here again you can go up to cold and up to no spin. Time reduces. Cotton's eco. So here the maximum spin is 1400, maximum temperature 60. I think because you can't go beyond that. So if you want to reduce the spin or the temperature, you can select it accordingly, such that the time also reduces. But for cottons, so the default is 40 degrees and 1400 spin. Here the temperature goes up to 90 degrees, so you can even have select 90-degree temperature and 1400 spin, and you can come down to no spin or cold wash. Now this side you have wash and wear, which is somewhat like a quick wash program with a 30-degree temperature and 1000 as the maximum spin, which is 40 minutes it takes. So here again you can choose cold or 20 degrees. This is all suitable for, as you see, 20, 30. These things are useful for colder weather. Here the spin option cannot be changed. It's fixed at 1000, whereas you can wash at cold or 30 or 20 degrees, but the spin is fixed. Here I think you can select the drying option, whereby this makes it it automatically goes to 30 minutes, additional 30 minutes, or you can go for 90 minutes, so it becomes 1 hour 44, or okay, only there are two options for this. So for wash and wear, you have just wash and wear is 1000 and it is 20 degrees, and if you select the dry, you have you can choose 30 minutes or 90 minutes. Next comes the 5 kg wash and dry. So the default is 60 degrees, 1400 rpm, and cupboard dry. So automatically, so you have loaded say 5 kgs of clothes, and it is going to do both wash and dry. It's a pre-programmed wash and dry program, wash and dry option. So it does drying such that it can be, your clothes can be immediately placed in, folded and kept in the cupboard, and the time taken is 4 hours 21 minutes, which is for both washing and drying. And here again, let me see, we can change the temperature, so accordingly the time reduces. The spin cannot be reduced because the drying option is there. Spin will be maximum 1400. So for drying, one thing is clear, The RPM has to be 1400, then only the drying is possible, for especially for cupboard dry and iron dry. But if you choose a drying, yeah, for 30 minutes also, in this, in all these things, RPM is 1400. Yeah, RPM is fixed at 1400, then only can any of this drying is possible. RPM doesn't change for drying. If drying option is selected, RPM doesn't change. You can see. Next, you go to the anti-allergy wash and dry. So for that option, you've got 60 degrees as the default and 1400 RPM. So it is between the range between 30 and 90. Here, because it's anti-allergy wash, you can't have a 20-degree and cold wash. It's not possible. And the spin is 1400 is fixed, and automatically it is a dry as well, anti-allergy wash and dry. So it is fixed. It by default it goes to cupboard dry, but you can even go for iron dry, so the time reduces, or 30 minutes dry. So again, time further reduces, or 90 minutes or 150 minutes, but the RPM will be the same. The spin cannot be reduced. Next is the synthetic dry program. So here it is 2 hours 6 minutes, whereby it is also a wash and dry program. Here the default temperature is cold, water is cold, and no spin. So it is just cupboard dry. So this is actually not a wash program. No, it is just a dry program. So the synthetic dry and cotton dry, these two are only for drying. Like supposing I have selected any of these program without drying, because these as such they don't have a combination of wash and dry. They are only wash programs. These are wash plus dry programs. This side, 1 2 3, these three are wash and dry. All these are only wash programs, but in these you can add the dry as well. So supposing if I don't use the dry along with these, I can select the dry later. I finish washing. So like yesterday I washed my clothes, I chose the synthetic option, and after finishing the wash I selected the synthetic dry option, and I went for I selected 30 minutes dry cycle. So I felt that was enough, so that's what I did. So this option is for that. You can select this and then select any of these. 30, 90, 150 minutes of drying, depending on how wet or how your the fabric of your clothes which you have washed. So based on that, if it is cotton or it is synthetic or delicate, you can choose the timing. So accordingly this can be done. Similarly, you have cotton dry, but for cotton dry the spin is fixed. It can be cold, but the temperature need not be higher, but the RPM has to be 1400, and you can select these options, any of these options for drying. Daily quick, like my son's friend here said that he uses this option daily, that is 30 degrees and 1400. So he uses the default setting itself for his wash, which takes 28 minutes, and then he adds the drying option here, because daily quick is again a washing program. So he additionally takes the drying program, and in this also again you can choose any of these. You can just go for extra dry as it is the default setting, or you can choose the cupboard dry option or the iron dry or 30 minutes. He said he chooses the 30 minutes option, which makes the total program to 58 minutes. So in less than an hour he washes his clothes, and he just his clothes are ready. He just puts it for drying as it is. So you have the other two options as well. The time accordingly changes. And the super short program, which is just 14 minutes. Maybe this can be used if you want to wash a couple of clothes, and you're in a hurry to wash a few clothes. So in 30 degrees and 600 spin, you can wash it in 14 minutes. Here again, you can use a dry option, but the spin won't change. It goes to 1400, and you can select any of these. And the last one is the spin plus drain. So supposing you want to, you're washed or you got some wet clothes, you just want to spin and drain, use this option. So the water will be cold, but the RPM is 1000. You can of course change the RPM. It goes from no spin to 1400. Accordingly, the time will vary. So these are the various combinations. I find this machine to be quite versatile with so many combinations. Basically, it saves space because you don't need a separate dryer for this. You don't have to spend for that separately, and also where there is a space problem, and there are so many combinations, so you get to decide what you want to use for washing, whether you want to dry, not dry. I think this can be suitable even for our Indian condition. I'm sure there must be an equivalent model in India. So I'll find out, and once I'm back in India, I'll just find out and I'll add that as well. So hope people who are watching this video, they find this beneficial. Thank you for watching, and see you soon in the next video. Till then, it's bye bye from Bhuwana.